My dear students, we have already discussed the first unit of My Greatest Olympic Prize by Jesse Owens. Unit 1 is complete. Before going to Unit 2, let's remember the main points of Unit 1. You know, Jesse Owens was an American track and field athlete. He won 4 gold medals in 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin, the capital of Germany. In this topic, he presents his memorable experience, his special experience, special memory of winning the long jump by defeating the German athlete Lang. He defeated Lang, the German long jumper. But he says that winning the gold medal is not important, but his friendship with Lang is more important than his gold medal. That's why he says, my greatest Olympic prize. That is his greatest Olympic prize, his friendship with Lang. So what was the total episode? What was the total story? In Unit 1, we see that in Unit 1, we see that Jesse Owens came to Berlin. He was a Negro. He was an American track and field athlete. When he arrived in Berlin, he came to know about the nationalistic feelings, patriotic feelings of German dictator, German ruler, Adolf Hitler. He urged, he encouraged, he inspired his competitors, his players, his athletes, that they would win all the medals because they belonged to a master race. Jesse Owens didn't like this type of attitude. So he says this is a sort of childish attitude. Because if you want to win a medal, if you want to win a medal in any game, it may be Olympic Games, it may be your any type of tournament at the village level, school level, national level, any level, any type of event it may be, you have to prove your talent. A person speaking a particular language or from a particular country or a particular caste creed cannot win a medal if he doesn't possess that type of talent. You must have that talent. So he wasn't worried. He had trained, sweated, disciplined for 6 years to win a medal in the Berlin Olympics, Summer Olympics in Berlin. His preparation was very hard, very tough. So he wasn't worried. He won a medal by by crossing 26 feet 8 and 1/4 inches in long jump at the university level, and people knew that J7s would win the gold medal in long jump in 1936 Berlin Olympics in Germany. Then when he went to the field for the trials, he saw a tall German long jumper named Luzlang. He was the secret athlete of Adolf Hitler. He was the secret athlete of Adolf Hitler. He had kept him under wraps. And J7s determined to defeat Luzlang at any cost, because he knew if Luzlang won, it would add a new feather in his cap. It would prove that Hitler was correct. So he determined to prove it wrong. Then let's come to Unit 2. Here we see something different, that J7s was very angry. He was angry that Hitler created a nationalistic feeling, this type of feeling, and he determined to defeat Luzlang. So he became very angry. Anger is the worst enemy of an athlete. Perhaps he had forgotten it. Anger is the worst enemy of an athlete. If you are angry, you cannot concentrate on your game. You must concentrate. You must be disciplined. You must not lose your concentration. You must pinpoint your ambition, your goal. If you are angry, then you cannot get success. You cannot succeed. An angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistakes. As any coach will tell you, I was no exception, he was no exception. He became angry and he failed to qualify. On the first of my 3 qualifying jumps, there were 3 qualifying jumps for each athlete, each and every athlete. J7s failed to qualify. First attempt, he failed. He leaped from several inches beyond the takeoff board for a no jump. He crossed the starting line, takeoff line. So he was disqualified. On the second jump, I was even worse. The second attempt was something like that. The same mistake was repeated. He crossed the starting line. He crossed the takeoff board. Then he thought, did I come 3,000 miles for this? Why did I come to Germany? My aim was to win the medal. No one defeated me. Rather, it was my anger. My anger defeated me. That's why I was disqualified. To fail in the trials and make a fool of myself. When he was disqualified for his mistake, he thought, why did I come to America? Why did I come to Germany from America? କାହିଁକି ମୁଁ ଆସିଲି? ମୋତେ କେହି ହରେଇ ନାହିଁ, ମୁଁ ନିଜର ଭୁଲ ପାଇଁ ହାରୁଛି। ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟିଂ ଲାଇନ୍, ଟେକ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଲାଇନ୍ ମାଡ଼ି ପକାଉଛି, ଆଗେଇ ଯାଉଛି, ଡିସ୍କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଏ ହେଇଯାଉଛି। ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ ଆଟେମ୍ପ୍ଟ ବାକି ଅଛି। He had only one attempt left. Walking a few yards from the pit, I kicked disgustedly at the ground. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. He felt very disgusted and he kicked the ground. He was a very good athlete. He had trained, sweated, worked hard to get the gold medal. But when he failed to qualify, he became very disappointed. So he kicked the pit. माटी को गुईठा मारिबा, पड़िया को गुईठा मारिबा, रागरे कौन मु एतिकी पारु नाही क्वालिफाई करिया पई जेतिकी दे जाईछि मते मु सेति क्रॉस करि पार नाही. हाउ कैन आई win the medal? Suddenly I felt a hand on my shoulder. On his back he felt a hand, a friendly hand. I turned to look into the friendly blue eyes of the tall German long jumper. When he looked back, he found, suddenly he felt someone's hand on his back. Pachapotru ke jane hath pakouchi. He looked back, and what did he see? He saw that tall German long jumper, Long. He was standing there. He had easily qualified. He had no problem. He had easily qualified for the finals on his first attempt. He offered me a firm handshake. Long offered J7 a firm handshake. As if they had known each other for long years. J7, I am Long. I don't think we have met. It was the first time they had met. He spoke English well, though with a German twist to it. He was a German, he was speaking English, but there was a German twist. You see, when non-Udiya speak Udiya, they cannot speak it easily. तुम देखिथिबो जे माने उड़िया नुहंती जेतले से माने उड़िया कहंती टिके एते भलो कहि पारंती नाही. ता भितरे टिके माने हिंदी बा बेंगली मिसा उड़िया से माने कहंती टिके पार्टी रे जणा पड़े जे माने उड़िया लोक नुहंती. ठीक से भली Long was a German. He was speaking English, but having some touch of German language. किछटा जर्मन शैली रे जर्मन भाषा मिसी गला भली लागु थाए. हेबे कुछ जर्मन ट्विस्ट. Glad to meet you, J7 replied. Glad to meet you. I am glad. I am happy to meet you. Then, trying to hide my nervousness, I added, how are you? J7 was very nervous because he was disqualified, but he did not show his nervousness. He hid his nervousness and asked, how are you? I am fine, Long replied, I am fine. And Long wanted to know, the question is, how are you? Long asked J7, how are you? What do you mean? I asked. J7 thought perhaps Long had known the nervousness. J7's nervousness, his anger, his upset mood. What do you mean? I asked. Something must be eating you, agitating, irritating. Something must be eating you, irritating you. That was the words of Long. Long told, oh my dear J7, something must be irritating you, agitating you, eating you. He said proud the way foreigners are when they have mastered a bit of American slang. This type of language is known as American slang language. Eating you. So J7 felt very upset. He was not at all easy to answer it. He did not feel comfortable to answer it. Long ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି ତୁମେ କିପରି ଅଛ? ଏଇଟାକୁ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କ'ଣ? ସମଥିଙ୍ଗ ମଷ୍ଟ ବି ଇଟିଂ ୟୁ, ଇରିଟେଟିଂ ୟୁ. ତୁମକୁ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଭିତରୁ ତୁମେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ରାଗିଗଲା ଭଳି ଲାଗୁଛ, ଉତ୍ତେଜିତ ପରି ଲାଗୁଛ. What is the reason behind it? You should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. I know that you are a very good long jumper. At the university level, you made the world record. So you must have closed your eyes to qualify the distance. Believe me, I know it. I told him, and it felt good to say that to someone. Jaswant replied, yes, I know that. It is not a long distance. I can cross it easily. But I failed. What's the reason behind it? He did not tell Luzlong that the words of Adolf Hitler, the patriotic feelings of Adolf Hitler, the nationalistic feelings of Adolf Hitler had created an upset mood, the nervousness. The Adolf Hitler এইଭଳି ଏକ ଜାତୀୟଣ ଚିନ୍ତାଧାରା ତାଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଉତ୍ତେଜିତ ଅବସ୍ଥା ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରିଛି ବୋଲି ସେ ଆଉ କହିପାରିଲେ ନାହିଁ. He could not tell it to Luzlong. For the next few minutes we walked together. I didn't tell Long what was eating me, but he seemed to understand my anger. He took pains to reassure me. Though Jaswant didn't tell the reason of his anger, Luzlong seemed to have understood the reason behind it. Luzlong seemed to understand the reason of his anger. Then Luzlong tried to reassure Jaswant. You are a very good long jumper. You are a very good athlete. Don't feel so upset. Don't get so disheartened. Get courage. Feel inspired. All these things. उत्तेजित हो नहीं, उत्साहित हो. तुम्हें जने खूब भलो डेबा वाला, खूब जने भलो खिलाड़ी. Come on, and you can cross it. You can prove your talent. These type of things. When a student feels disappointed, when a student gets disappointed, the teacher encourages the student. Yes, you have the talent. You can score more marks. You can answer that question. This type of feeling, this type of words are known as encouraging words, reassuring words. So here we see that Luzlong reassured Jaswant. Although he had been schooled in the Nazi youth movement, trained. Luzlong had been trained, schooled by Adolf Hitler to feel that the German race is the superior race. Nazi superiority theory. We have already discussed it. Schooled in the Nazi youth movement, he didn't believe in the Aryan supremacy business any more than I did. Luzlong had been trained by Hitler to feel that they are the superior race. No. We see that Luzlong did not believe in this theory. He did not believe in this theory that a person having a particular caste, creed, or having born in a particular country can win a medal without any training, without any hard labor, without discipline. He did not believe in these words. We laughed over the fact that he really looked the part. Though an inch taller than I, he had a lean, muscular frame, clear blue eyes, fair hair, and strikingly handsome face. We see, we have two characters. Your Jaswant, then your Luzlong. Jaswant was a Negro. Luzlong was a German. Negro American. Luzlong German. Jaswant Negro American. Luzlong was tall, handsome, clear, blue eyes, lean, muscular body, all these things. J7's, he was a short, dark or black color, then your curly hair. If you compare the appearance of J7's and Luzlong was better looking than J7's. Luzlong was handsome. So he says, he had a lean, muscular frame, clear blue eyes, fair hair, and a strikingly handsome face, better looking than your J7's. But you know, in games and sports, and you may say in your study, if you possess better appearance, if you are handsome, if you are beautiful, if you are good looking, you can't achieve success. It's impossible. Success follows labor. Result follows labor. Here we see that Luzlong was handsome. He might be a very good player, there is no doubt. But he was handsome, but J7's wasn't. Finally, seeing that I had calmed down, relaxed. After all these words, reassurance, inspiring words, and some friendly discussion, some light talk, all these things made J7's relaxed. एणे तेणु कथबार्ता हेले सांग भली तुम बहुत देखापी भल, यू हैव ए ब्लू आईज, you are tall, you are handsome, so according to Hitler, you are superior race. All these things are very light words, joking mood. So after all these things, J7's felt very relaxed, calmed down. Somewhat he pointed to the take-off board. Then Luzlong told J7's, why don't you draw a line a few inches at the back of the board and aim at making you take up from there. You will be sure not to foul, and you certainly ought to jump far enough to qualify. Then Luzlong advised J7's to draw a line, another line. Suppose this is the official line, this is the take-off line. This is the take-off line. Luzlong advised J7's to draw another line. Another line. Another line. And start from that point. So there is no fear of crossing the take-off line. This advice was given by Luzlong. पिलामाने टिके निजको तुम्हें you must have taken part in any sort of games, any sort of sports in your school life and in your college. You see there is a line, official line, that is made by the office, the college, the committee. This is the line, Olympic committee line. Luzlong advised J7's to draw another line. तुम्हें आउ गोटे लाइन टाणी दियो ता पछरे सेठू तुम्हें डेइबा को आरंभ करो. So there is no fear of crossing the line. You will be sure not to foul, and you certainly ought to jump far enough to qualify. What does it matter if you are not first in the trials? Tomorrow is what counts. He told, today is the trial day. You have to qualify. Then tomorrow you have to compete with others to get the medal. Tomorrow is more important. Today only you have to cross the given distance, the qualifying distance. Suddenly, all the tension seemed to about of my body, about. He felt very relaxed. ହାଲକା ହେଇଗଲା about. ସତେ ଯେମିତି ଭଟ୍ଟା ପଡ଼ିଗଲା, ଉତ୍ତେଜନାର ହ୍ରାସ ଘଟିଲା. As the truth of what he said hit me, it hit the words hit Jezebel's. He felt very encouraged, inspired. Confidently, I drew a line, a full foot, gotiye foot durare, gotiye another line, he drew another line, a full foot behind the board and proceeded to jump from there. Jezebel proceeded to jump from the line drawn by him. He made another line, he drew another line, and he started to jump from that line and easily crossed the given distance. ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯେ ଲାଇନ୍ ଦିଆଯାଇଛି କ୍ରସ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେ ଲାଇନ୍ ପୂର୍ବରୁ ସେ ଆଉଟ୍ ଲାଇନ୍ ଟାଣିଲେ ଏବଂ ସେଇଠୁ ସେ ଡେଇଁବାକୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ. ଅତି ସୁନ୍ଦର ଭାବରେ ସେ କ୍ୱାଲିଫାଇ କରିଗଲେ. ଏବଂ ଏଇ ଯେ କଥା ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କ'ଣ, I drew a line, a full foot behind the board and proceeded to jump from there. I qualified with almost a foot to spare. ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯେତିକି ଡିଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦିଆଯାଇଛି, he was given a particular distance. He was given a particular distance and he could easily cross that distance with almost a foot to spare. ଆହୁରି ଆଗକୁ ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଫୁଟ ଆଗକୁ ସେ ଡେଇଁ ପାରିଲେ. ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି ତୁମର ୟୁନିଟ୍ 2. Then in next class we will discuss unit 3. Thank you.